Rahul, there's actually something on your camera, or there's something wrong with it. It'd be great if you could fix it till the time everyone joins. Yeah, great.
Kashish, you can start welcoming people. Slowly, slowly they'll join in. Can can talk. Anika, and you can.
So Trisha, you can just talk to other people if you want right now. So till the time we wait for the others to join. Yeah.
Sure.
Just keep a check. How many of just check how many are still to join.
Yeah, a few people are
Yeah,
still.
yeah,
Uh,
okay. Oh,
Hi everyone. Um, so today I'll be hosting your Adda session. So I hope this is my first time doing it. So it's not only you all that are feeling nervous. And also a little fun fact is yesterday my film was also screened. So I kind of know how you all feel when you are in an Adda. So please feel free to talk to me however you want. You can just, it should be like just casual. You should think this is a discussion between really good filmmakers, which you all are. And you should just discuss openly. You should not feel shy about your movie and stuff. And if you have any doubts, you can ask me, Anika, Vidisha, any of us, and we'll help you out.
Can I just ask whether Nishita is a filmmaker or she is part of the audience because I don't have a name. Nishita, could you please unmute yourself or open your mic? Tell us?
Yes, I am audience.
Okay.
Yeah, I also think you should start because we have another meeting at another workshop at 3 o'clock. So it's already 2:11. Yeah, Trisha? So,
Okay, ma'am. A cheery good afternoon and a hearty welcome to Footprint Film Festival 2021 Adda 6. It's awesome to see all the filmmakers here and look forward to an interactive Adda with all of you. Please try to be on camera as it will lend to a great session. And a shout out to Bidisha and team, Priyanjana, Shampidi for bringing together such an array of diverse filmmakers in this Adda. Okay, so now this is a kind of a little description of what an Adda is and who am I. So I'm Trisha Lynette Nathan and I'm currently 13 years old. I'm I would say been with Footprint Festival since last year when I joined their workshop. And let me tell you, it was an amazing workshop. And I know some of you from this because you were in my batch, and your films are really amazing. So please, 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 I request you all to be very proud of your film. And what is an Adda, if some of you don't know? An Adda is basically where we are going to discuss about your films and how you went through the process of making this film. So kind of think of it as a discussion between amazing filmmakers asking about each other's films. So now I'm going to ask you all to introduce yourself by telling your name and giving maybe a 2-sentence description of your film. Okay, so anybody would like to volunteer to start? Okay, then I'll start asking people. How about Quaish? Please give an introduction and a 2-line description of your film.
Okay. My name is Kamathia and I'm 13 years old and I made the film The Device. So it's about a boy who lived alone in his house because his parents were out and he found a device at his house which then he found that which he, which was actually a teleporting device and took him to his dream time. Thank you.
Thank you, Quaish. That was a lovely small introduction of your film. The next person I would like to call is Rahul.
So I'm Rahul Maru. I'm 14. I made the film Locked Away. It's about this boy whose main source of entertainment, playing with his friends, was locked away from him due to lockdown. So then he turns to video games, and that too is locked away from him by his parents. So in the end, he finds a parent-approved passion of art. And in the meantime, the parents themselves are realizing that games isn't so bad. And yeah, that's what my film is about.
Thank you so much, Rahul, for the small introduction of your film. The next person I would like to call is Karissa.
Hi, I'm Karissa. My film is called You Always Have a Choice. So, the basic thought behind my film is you always have a choice, as the title suggests. So, in my film, there were many daily life examples that showed this message. One example that's coming to my mind is that when you see a rose, either you can look at a rose and admire the beauty, or you can look at the thorns of the rose and just forget how beautiful the rose actually is. So the choice is in the choice is in your hand if you want to look at the beauty of the rose or just forget about how pretty it is and focus on the thorns of it.
Thank you so much, Karissa, for the small introduction of your film. The next person I would like to call is Shaivi.
Hi, it's Shaivi.
All-
Hello, I'm Shaivi. I'm 13 years old, and the film that I have created is Woman the Eighth Wonder. Women's Day was just around the corner when my mother wrote a beautiful prose talking about how a woman has been the axis of all metamorphosis from revolution to evolution. And it was only after a few days when the idea of creating a film showcasing this poem struck me. And then pondering about the same, I started collecting pictures, content from the internet, and began creating the film little by little. So it's basically about the sacrifices a female has to make, the challenges that she has to face, and how society is still progressing with in case of females. Thank you.
Thank you so much for the small introduction of your film. I don't know if anyone else is left. I think I've gone through all the people. Okay, I'll take the silence as a yes. So the first question will be to Rahul. Your film shows video game addiction in a way that happens to anyone and during especially this lockdown. What would you say attracts the person to this addiction of video games? Is it that they're bored or they like the game, or what is it exactly that you were trying to show makes the person addict to the video game?
Well, here, the boy didn't really have much else to do. He couldn't go out, he was stuck at home. So, yeah, video games is kind of the first choice that comes to mind when you're thinking about what to do. They're, I guess, the most fun. They reward you, and well, they're designed to kind of be addictive. So, yeah, that's why he turned to video games.
Thank you, Rahul. That I really, really could relate to your movie, because a lot of even my friends, they too get addicted to any type of video game. It's basis on what they like. So your film was very, very understandable from anybody's point of view. The next person I would like to ask is Khwahish. What was the main message that you wanted to portray in your movie?
I'm sorry, can you repeat?
Yeah, sure. So, what was the main message that you wanted to portray in your movie? Was it that we misunderstand things, or what was it exactly?
It was basically just like not like any main reason, but it was like about teleportation, which some people think can be real, but some people think can't be real. So it was just a way of telling that it can be and where it can lead us, what it can do.
Khwahish, I wanted to just tell you, you were in my batch, right? And when I saw the movie that time, I was amazed. And when I saw it again, I was once again amazed. So it was an amazing film, and it gave a good kind of message, which I understand about. So the next person I would like to ask is Karissa, your examples which you chose for your film affect a lot of people. But why did you want to show those examples and not an example which does not affect people? Like, why did you choose them?
So the particular thought behind the examples I chose were maybe because they were easy to portray, especially since we're all at our homes right now. So simple examples such as a rose, sweeping the lawn, and watching TV, they're very easy to shoot. And as a filmmaker, of course, we have to see, if our movie will be, if we'll be able to shoot our movie scenes. So the examples I chose, I could easily shoot them. And well, I feel like the message was also able to be sent with those examples. So that's why I chose those.
Thank you so much, Karissa. And when I like read your name, the title, You Always Have a Choice, I was like, what is she going to portray in this? And when I watched the movie, it was short and sweet to kind of show the message you wanted to. So it was an amazing movie. The next person I would like to ask is had a movie named Women the Eighth Wonder. It was an amazing name, and I could not predict what was going to happen in the movie. So, basis on that, after watching the movie, I want to ask you why gender equality? It's such a vast problem, and which aspect did you want to focus on, and why mainly?
I would like to refer and I would like to talk about history. If you look at history, we talk about men going out on on the battlefields and fighting battles, but there is this huge battle which is going, which used to go on, you know, in houses which women used to fight, which no man could actually really fight, and this happens even now. And when we talk about India, it's still progressing when it comes to working women. It's not ready. I'm sorry. I mean, I don't mean to like kind of criticize any country, but it's still not ready for working women, right? And I really wanted to showcase this and the struggles that each and every female has to go through. Even if, let's say, for example, if there's a female who wants to work, maybe because of her family members she cannot, and she has to go through so many obstacles, right? And frankly speaking, I got this inspiration, the inspiration to create this film from my mother, right? Because she has had to struggle a lot in her life, and after she wrote this poem, it just the poem was there in the film from revolution to evolution, and it just inspired me so much, so that was what it was all about.
Wonderful, wonderful. And I really, really loved your movie because speaking as a woman, it's like very relatable and it really spoke about the right things. So it was amazing. Now, I'm going to ask you all a question. Anybody can answer, like, it's not in any specific order. What is your favorite part of filmmaking? Is it the script writing, the acting, the editing? What was it for you? And if you can, just explain a bit of the experience about the part you like. So anybody can go first. Okay, so since nobody is really volunteering, okay, sure, please.
I think watching the completed version was my favorite part because you have created something, you have put so much of thought into it, and then when you're creating the film, you look at it from a different perspective. When you have after creating the film, once you watch it, you look at it from a completely different perspective, and I think that's exactly what happened with me as well. So I think watching the completed version was the best part for me.
A lovely answer. I did not expect anyone to say that, to be frank. Because usually people would be like, but yours is a very unique answer. Thank you so much. Okay, anybody else would like to go, or should I just call out some names? Okay.
So like the script writing because it's fun to kind of come up with an idea and put it onto words. And then, but I also like shooting because there's a lot of funny things which happen, like bloopers and such.
I understand you, Rahul. My favorite part too is kind of shooting, because then when I would look at the videos, I would like laugh at myself saying, I should have done this, I should have done that. So, a lovely answer. The next person, okay, Karissa, why don't you go?
Yeah, okay. So even my favorite part is shooting because that's when you can actually really experiment with your movie. You try different angles, different takes, and then you see what really works for you. So I enjoyed that the most.
Okay, and then last but not the least, Kwaesh, what was your favorite part?
I think my favorite part was making the storyboard, because there you get to do the set, and uh, then you see how the characters will look, where they will shoot, and how they will say, and everything like that.
Got it. I understand yours, because even during our workshop, it was really fun to learn how to storyboard. So totally relatable, Kwaesh. Now, the last question, like for all of you, it's a generic question. When you made this film, were you, in the end, were you happy with the outcome that came? Were you proud of that you showed what you wanted to show, and you accomplished what you wanted to as a filmmaker? So just elaborate a bit on that, and anybody can go again first.
So yeah, I was definitely happy. This was my first film ever. And yeah, just I put in a lot of work. I almost missed the deadline for the film submission. And to see this finished product complete with special effects was really good.
Thank you, Rahul, for that unique answer. Again, totally relatable. A lot of you are saying the things that I can relate to. uh, why doesn't Kwaesh go first?
Okay. See, in my movie, the main part was the teleportation device, which I had to portray like perfectly. Otherwise, the movie won't go clearly. So after I shooted it, it went so well. I was so happy after the movie was complete.
Thank you, Kwahish. Your movie was also very well shot and edited. Then, uh, sh- sorry, Chevy, yeah.
Right. I discovered filmmaking as my hobby like just last year, and it turned out to be a passion for me. I I have only created two films, and both of them are documentaries. And this film that I submitted for this festival is one of them. And when I showed it to my teacher, my film editing teacher, and to everybody else, I got quite a good response. And they said that for a person like me, they said that for a 13-year-old, well, this was a little intense, and this was something that they did not expect. And I like 60 to 70% of the people who gave me a good response, they were females. And that's why I think I have been able to do a wonderful job, because I wanted to make it relatable, especially with females. So I think I've done a wonderful job. I am really happy with it. Of course, it went through a lot of editing, that's always there. But then I realized my flaws when it comes to this particular field. I uh, I I developed a completely new perspective, after making this film. So I believe that I have done a wonderful job, and I have been able to showcase what I wanted to very, very well.
Thank you so much for that lovely answer. Your film, again, very relatable and very well done. Now we have some time left. So if you want to ask each other questions, okay, you can. Um, because there are 10 minutes left, kind of around 10 minutes, so you can ask each other some questions of your films, anything you want. Again, this is a discussion between amazing filmmakers, so please don't feel awkward or shy or anything.
So how long did it take you guys to make your film?
Only the shooting or like everything?
Like everything from when you started with the idea to when you finished.
The whole time I did the workshop, probably. took so long to just think of an idea?
Mine took about, I think, 3 weeks. I was also in a workshop, so yeah, things happened quickly.
For me, it wasn't really planned. After the poem was written, I just got the inspiration, and within one day, I did everything. And then, of course, I had the editing process. So I had to edit it for this festival. So that was also done in one day.
Yeah, Karissa, you can ask
Yeah.
openly.
Okay. So I have a question for you, Shaivi. So the message of your film is a really important one. But why did you decide to make it into a film? You know, you could have written it as a blog, a poem. Why a film?
Well, I really never thought about it now that you're asking me this question. I believe that when you read something, I just find a film's impact to be much more, It's just what I think. And also at that time I just wanted to experiment, with different topics, with my skills, and so I decided to go for a film in the end. And also, the poem that my mother wrote, I think visuals would like go with it in a way better manner. So I would like to ask you all something, that how did your films help you grow as a person? Like, could you figure out your flaws? Could you grow as a person overall?
That's a very good question because all of your documentaries are showing these flaws that either the world has or you yourself have. And so, just kind of elaborate on that. That's a lovely question, Shaivi. So, just why did you like feel it was important to show those flaws? You can also add on to that. And what Shaivi said, it was an amazing question. I can't believe it. It was really good because even though all your films were done separately, it's kind of like you all had the same idea to do it. So kind of just elaborate on how you uh, did all of that, showed the flaws and everything.
So to answer Shaivi's question, when after I made the film, it helped me as a person because the message of my film, when I finished it, of course, that's when it really hit me what I was trying to say with my film, that you always have a choice. So currently we're all in lockdown right now. So after I finished watching the film, I sort of realized that being in lockdown, it's our choice to see how we actually look at it. So now either we can complain that we can't meet our friends, we can't really go to school, we're just stuck at home for more than a year, or instead of that, we can look at it in a different way and actually utilize this time because we're never getting this time back, right? I mean, we're all alone at home. We can really work on ourselves. We can try new hobbies. We can discover new talents. So it's just how we look at it, honestly. So after making the film, I really realized that we do always have a choice of how we look at a situation.
Wonderful answer, Karissa. How about Quaish kind of tells that you were showing a what flaw did you improve yourself after showing the flaws in the movie?
I think what I developed first of all was thinking out of the box because I don't like really usually do or think anything else except what I have to do. So this made me think more and what world can be like. And I actually like to do editing more. So I also developed my skills in editing.
Wonderful answer, Quaish. And your movie was really, really good. I really liked the idea because it was like a sci-fi kind of thing with a teleportation device and everything. So amazing again. Then how about Rahul? Why don't you go?
So I guess one takeaway from my own film is something like, well, everything is good, but in moderation. Like video games aren't bad, you can learn some stuff from them, but if you keep playing like the way the boy was in the film, it isn't good. You're never going to find any other interests.
Very well portrayed as well, Rahul. It was amazing. Like, I can tell you from experience, I'm very like addicted-ish to games. So of course now I'm trying to stop it. Like you said, moderation is always the best, and you really did show that it can really help you a lot in like life and everything. You kind of get to know more hobbies or anything. Okay, now Shaivi, why don't you answer your own question? Did you?
Okay. If you look at my film, it's very simple, I mean, I haven't included, the transitions are very simple. It's quite simple with pictures, with a little text, with a little music, transitions in my recording as well. So it's quite simple. And from this film, what I learned was that, of course, I discovered my flaws, and of course, I tried to work upon them. And what I learned was that you should have that dedication within you to create a film. And if you consider a topic to be your own, for example, this topic, which I consider to be my very own topic, then the magic eventually, gradually happens. So the same thing happened with me.
Amazing answer, and your film was very empowering and very it kind of tells about the things we are facing now as women, like gender equality should happen but it's not, and everything. But your movie really showed it should happen, and why women should be important, because they do things that help us. Their mothers, they really bring people into this world ideally. So amazing again. Now we have about 4 minutes left. So if you want to say any like last things about your film, like I hope everyone liked it, anything it can be, you can please unmute and just say what you feel like. Okay. Okay, so you guys can take some time to think, or I can probably ask another question. Um, yeah, sure, Shaibi.
Uh, so do you have any suggestions, regarding my film, anywhere, in any place where you found I could have improved? And what is your feedback?
For me, actually, your film was really, really good. I don't think anyone's film is bad or is really, not portraying it well. Your film, I think everyone's, if I'm to speak for, is amazing, and it really portrays what you wanted to portray. That's what I found out by asking you all these questions. There's really nothing I can, give feedback on, because you all are amazing filmmakers. I really love that I got your films in my batch to watch, because yesterday and day before when I was watching, it felt like I was in a cinema and I was watching an official movie. It was really, really well done, all of yours. Now Aditi has joined, so I'll ask her one specific question. Aditi, your movie spotlights on COVID-19, and when you chose this topic, why did you only want to show the precautions to kind of stop the spread of COVID-19? Why did you want to do that?
because I wanted to spread awareness to people how they can take steps to help themselves and protect themselves towards COVID-19. And actually, it's a global pandemic, and I wanted everyone to know that how you can help yourself like that. And I think it was a very good topic that I could choose from, so I chose that.
Thank you, Aditi, for that answer. Your film was recorded very well, and when I watched it again, felt like, it was one of those very dramatic but yet cool ads that you get before, like on the TV, you'll see it and you'll be like, oh, I should do this. It really, really portrayed that very well. Okay. I'll also ask you the generic question I asked everybody, that what is your favorite part of filmmaking? Was it like script writing, acting, editing? What was it for you?
It was editing actually. I really like editing. Like I really liked editing my film personally. I don't know why, but I really loved editing there. It was like my favorite part.
Even I can relate again, because I really, really love editing. It's, I know what you're saying, it's the favorite part. Like you just sit down, you can be peaceful and you edit and you'll be like, oh, I did this so well, oh, I should have done that better, but now it's still okay, it looks really good. I understand that completely. So now it's 2:40, so our film Adda is officially over. Since you all have a workshop at 3 o'clock, I don't want to waste your time in the workshop. So I hope you all really, really like the discussion we had. I loved it because you all are amazing filmmakers. I'm saying this so much because it's really true. You all did really well, and I still can't believe you all are like so young, because I've only seen people do this at the age of like 30, 40. It's like when they become that wise type age, right? So it was very well done, and I hope you all like the discussion we had. So take care and continue making films, because I can say you all will soon become really big because of the films you're making.
Thank you so much, Trisha. And Trisha, you're also very young, and how it's amazing how beautifully you conducted the session. So well done.
No, it's
Excellent. All enjoyed listening to all of you. So great.
Yes.
Look forward to seeing some of you in the next workshop. It's at 3 o'clock. I hope you have the links. It's going to be a really fun workshop on a DIY on filmmaking, and by a filmmaker who's just a little older than you. And last year he was at the festival, so don't miss it. Okay? See you soon. Bye.
Thank you all. Bye.
Bye, miss.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
Shaivi and Nishita, both of you can leave. Nishita?
Great work, Trisha. Well done. Very well done.
Thank you
Excellent.
so much.
I was feeling hungry, but I didn't know how to get out of the meeting. So, okay, go get something to eat, and then we'll all see you at 3 o'clock. Okay?
Thank you. Take care.
Bye. Bye.
Bye.